Students, welcome to class 10 CBSE NCERT subject science. So in this subject science, we are going to say about the chapter sources of energy. In the sources of energy, we have already seen the part 1. Now we are going to say about the part 2. So in part 2, we are going to learn about fossil fuels, formation of fossil fuels, advantages and disadvantages of fossil fuels. So in this section, we are going to see about fossil fuels. So examples of fossil fuels are coal, oil and natural gas. So first we are going to know about what are fossil fuels and how they are going to be formed. So the remains of prehistoric plants and animals which got buried deep inside the earth and get converted into fuels millions of years ago due to the natural process are called as what? Fossil fuels. Okay, students. So the remains of prehistoric plants, that means the plants and animals which are present in long ago on the earth are called as what? Prehistoric plants. Okay, the remains of prehistoric plants and animals which got buried deep inside the earth crust. When they have died, their bodies are going to be buried inside the earth crust and sedimentation is going to be formed on them. And inside the sedimentation, they are get converted into fuels by millions of years ago due to some natural process are called as what? Fossil fuels. So examples of fossil fuels are coal, oil and natural gas. So these fossil fuels are developed from fossils. Okay. So fossil fuels are developed from fossils. So first we are going to know about what are fossils. Okay. Fossils are the dead remains of plants and animals. These are the fossils are the dead remains of plants and animals that remain buried inside the layers of the earth for millions of years and then preserved for the purpose of study are known as what? Fossils. So we have studied about these fossils in 9th standard also. Okay. So this is an example of fossil, how they are going to be formed. So this is the body of an animal which is going to be buried inside the earth crust and escaped from decay. Due to the escape from decay, its soft parts are going to be decayed and the harder parts are going to be remaining in the earth crust. So these remains of the plants and animals are called as what? Fossils. So this is an example of plant fossil. This is an example of animal fossil. So these fuels are fossil fuels are usually developed from fossils. Okay. Then they are present in limited amount. Fossil fuels are present in the earth crust in limited amount. They have the limited amount. So third one, they are non-renewable sources of energy. Fossil fuels are always non-renewable sources of energy. So these fossil fuels cause usually pollution. When they are going to be burnt, they are going to be releasing pollutants or pollution causing gases. So these fuels are responsible for the cause of pollution. They release different oxides which cause acid rain, which damages plants, animals and houses, etc. So in the diagram we are going to see that. So this is a factory or industry which is going to be releasing some poisonous gases which are going to be released from the burning of what? These fossil fuels, carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxides. So like these, all these gases are responsible for the formation of what? Acid rain. So then excessive release of carbon dioxide also cause global warming. Due to the burning of fossil fuels, if excess amount of carbon dioxide is released, it is also responsible for global warming. About global warming, you have studied in the 9th standard also. So what are the harmful effects of global warming? We have studied in the 9th standard also. So pollution by the fossil fuels can be controlled by increasing the efficiency of combustion process and using other techniques to escape the harmful gases. Okay, so we are going to reduce the pollution by the fossil fuels by increasing the efficiency of combustion. That means they are going to release less amount of what? Smoke and give much amount of energy. So that is called as what? Efficiency. By increasing the efficiency of combustion process and using other techniques to escape the harmful gases. So these are related to the fossil fuels. Students, after knowing about the fossil fuels, now we are going to see about formation of fossil fuels. How fossil fuels are going to be formed. During the formation of fossil fuels, an entire organism or its parts often gets buried in sand or mud. So supposing that these are the plants, these are also considered as organisms. When they are going to be died, their body parts are going to be buried inside the sand or mud. Okay, these sand or mud, inside the sand or mud, their body parts are going to be decayed by the action of microorganisms, leaving no signs of their existence. In fact, sometimes the harder parts of organisms after their death settle down. Suppose these are having harder parts. These organisms are having harder parts. These harder parts are not going to be decayed by the microorganisms. So they are going to be settled down. Okay. And covered by sediments. These harder parts are going to be covered by sediments by year and year. So, and subjected to extreme pressure and temperature. When more and more sediments are going to be covered on these body parts, there should be high temperature and pressure. They are subjected to, these harder parts are going to be subjected to high temperature and pressure. Due to high pressure and temperature, they are converted into fossil fuels. Okay, like this, earth converts them into, or the process which are going to be converting the harder parts of the animals and plants is known as what? Fossilization. So once again I'm going to explain. In fact, the harder parts of organisms after their death settle down and covered by sediments and subjected to extreme pressure and temperature, or the earth converts them into fossil fuels. This process is called as what? Fossilization. So this is the how the fossil fuels are going to be formed. Students, after knowing the formation of fossil fuels, we are going to know the different types of fossil fuels or categories of fossil fuels. There are mainly three categories of fossil fuels are present. They are: first one, coal. So coal is mined. It is present inside the earth crust. It is going to be mined and it fuels one third of the world's power supply. Okay. So the world's power supply is mainly got from coal. Okay. So the largest consumers of coal are China, India and USA. So this is the coal. So it is going to be present inside the earth crust. It is going to be mined and removed from the earth crust and it is used as a fuel. Then second one is crude oil. We are going to call it as also as petroleum. So petroleum is also present inside the earth crust, usually beneath the seas and oceans. So it could be pumped up through the earth and converted into different fuels like gasoline, diesel, kerosene by the process of refining. Petroleum refining. We are going to call it as petroleum refining. So this is the crude oil or petroleum, which is a dark chocolate colored viscous liquid. So it contains large number of different hydrocarbons. So those hydrocarbons are separated from this petroleum or crude oil by the process of refining, petroleum refining. Okay. After petroleum refining, we are going to get different fuels like gasoline, diesel, kerosene, petrol, Vaseline, oils. All these are going to be got from crude oil. Then third category is natural gas. So this is mainly methane found near the oil deposits. So natural gas, the main component or constituents of natural gas is methane. So this natural gas is usually found near the oil deposits. Over the deposition of oils, first what is present? Natural gas is present. First they are going to get the natural gas and then they are going to getting the crude oil. So these are the three major categories of types of our fossil fuels. Students, now we are going to see about the advantages of fossil fuels. So first advantage is fossil fuels can be generate a large amount of electricity at a single location. They are used for generating the electricity in large amount at a single location. Then they can be found very easily. So these fossil fuels can generate a large amount of electricity by the process of what? Thermal power plants. In thermal power plants, coal is going to be burnt and from that coal we are going to get electricity. Okay. Second one is they can be found very easily. They can be found inside the earth crust very easily. Then third one, they are cost effective. They are having a cheaper rate when compared to the other fuels. Okay. Then fourth one, transportation of oil and gas can be done easily through the pipeline. Transportation of oils and gases, petroleum or crude oil or natural gas can be done easily through the pipeline. Then fourth one, they have become safer over time. Okay, they are the using of these fossil fuels is very safer. Then despite being finite resource, it is available in plenty. It is they are having limited in the earth crust, but they are available in plenty inside the earth crust. So students, now we are going to see some disadvantages of fossil fuels. So the first disadvantage is the fossil fuels are non-renewable sources of energy, and once used cannot be renewed. When we use once, they are not going to be replenished uh, once again in the nature. So hence they are non-renewable sources of energy, and once used cannot be renewed. Second one is burning of fossil fuels causes air pollution, because it is going to be releasing, these fossil fuels are going to be releasing large amount of what pollutant gases. So when these pollutant gases are released to the atmosphere, air pollution is going to be causing. Then third disadvantage is the fossil fuels reserves in the earth are limited and may get exhausted soon. So they are present inside the earth crust in limited amount. When we use continuously them, then they are going to be get exhausted very soon. So these are some disadvantages of what fossil fuels.